What's up, everyone? Thanks for watching a Midwest Van Life video. Today I'm going to talk about and show you how we do an oil change on a 2015 Ford Transit 250. But first we got to go get oil and an oil filter. I'm on my way to Walmart. I'm going to grab a 5 quarts of oil for the Ford Transit and an additional quart because the Transit calls for 6 quarts. You can go to Advanced Auto, and a lot of times they'll have like the bundles, and sometimes you'll save money. Sometimes you're better off going to Walmart and getting the oil there and getting the filter at Advanced Auto. Okay, so here we are at Walmart, and check out these prices. There's this oil, full synthetic is what you want for the Ford Transit. 5W20 is what the Ford Transit calls for. Super Tech, it's kind of a cheaper brand. It works, there's nothing wrong with it, and it's $17.12. Now, me personally, I don't know why, but I am a Valvoline guy. I like Valvoline. So this is what I'll end up getting, and this is $22 for 5 quarts, right? And then what you're going to need to get is an additional quart because it takes about 6 quarts. So full synthetic 5W, it's about another $7. So 27 plus 7, so call it $30. $30 for the oil here at Walmart. And the filter, actually they do sell the filters here too, and I could get them, but it's a lot easier just to go to Advanced Auto or something, get them there. They're usually around 10 bucks, maybe 15 if you want to get a better one. Some of them are actually even cheaper. So call it $40 for the oil and the filter. You can do it yourself. Or you can, sometimes you'll see deals, like I said, sometimes you'll see deals where it's like 50, 60 bucks and it's everything. But again, I also notice if you just get the oil at Walmart and buy the filter separate, it's even cheaper. But it's up to you, whatever works for you. And by the way, when you're at Walmart, don't forget to pick up yourself some Dutch apple pie. Yeah. Alright, well, going to Walmart was definitely worth the savings. I think I spent like $30 on just the on 6 quarts, where Advanced Auto is like $33 just for the 5 quarts, plus another $7 for another quart. So anyways, yeah, if you go to Walmart, you will definitely save a little bit of money on oil. Anyways, I'm going back to the unit, and we're going to do an oil change tune-up today. Okay, so we got the oil, we got the oil filter. Now, first thing you want to do when you're doing an oil change, pop the hood, start the engine, let it warm up for a little bit. So we're gonna let this warm up for a little bit. And the cap says 5W30. Ford dealer recommended just using 5W20, and that's fine, full synthetic. So we're gonna let this warm up. What we're doing is we're letting the oil kind of warm up and thin out a little bit when it's warmer. That way when you drain it, it all comes out a lot easier. So give it like a good 5 minutes and that's fine. Okay, so right now I am underneath the van, and this is on the passenger side. That right there, oh god, sorry, it's kind of hard to be under here. Okay, right here, that is your oil drain plug. So you're gonna wanna loosen that and oil will come spilling out. So, before I do this, what you're gonna wanna do is get the oil pan right underneath it, and make sure you got some rags because it's always gonna get dirty. So once you take this part off and all the oil comes out, then you're gonna wanna take your oil filter out, which is towards the front. Where is it? Right there. And I actually have a really neat tool for the oil filter, and I'll show you that in a minute. But first, we're going to drain the oil. It's a 15 millimeter, So I get that on there. Make sure you're going the right way. And sometimes they can be really tight. You don't want to over tighten these. So make sure you're going the right way. And okay, that wasn't bad. So we're just going to get that loose. Take the tool off. And when you undo this, the stream is going to go, you know, quite a distance. You know, you don't want it to go straight in your face here. So what I do is I take the oil pan and I don't go directly over it, but just over a little bit because it's going to go. So you might want to have some rags with you because it's going to get dirty. So here we go. Maybe I could put the camera here. There we go. So what I do is I open it up, but I keep pressure inwards so that way I could get it out fast. Here, I'll show you. So it's pretty much out. And just so you know, this oil is going to be hot, so be careful. It's probably a good idea to use some type of gloves right now. And there it is. There's the stream. Well, just missed it, but it just almost went out. So there it goes. So I'll just let that drain. And then as it drains, obviously the stream is going to start, you know, getting less and going this way. So what I'll do is I'll move the oil pan more directly underneath that. And we'll just let that drain all the way out. And then once that's all the way out, once that stops draining, what we'll do is we'll put the plug back in. What I would do is clean this up. A lot of times there's a little magnet thing on here just to get any gunk and shit. Clean this up. You could replace this if you want. A lot of times they have what they call a crusher washer, and you could replace the washer. It's just kind of like a sealant thing. But we'll put this back in, and then we'll do the oil filter. But in the meantime, we'll just let this drain. See how it's nice and thin? That's what you want. You want nice thin oil so that way it all comes out. A lot of oil. Look at it. Look at how dirty that is. Eesh. Okay, I'd say we're in a good position to put the drain plug back in. I went ahead and cleaned that up the best I could. So we're going to put that back in there. We're going to tighten it all the way up. Now you don't want to tighten this too much. You don't want to bust the threads on here. That would be a really bad day. So what we're going to do is we're just going to give it what I like to call a decent snug. Oh, just a little snug. That's all. That's all you need to do. Anything more is just stupid. So now it's time to move on to the oil filter. Okay, so the oil filter is right behind the radiator, and I'm just gonna oh wow, I was able to do it by hand. No need for the tool. It's actually not good. It should be a little tighter than that, but so it's right here. You're gonna so once you start to crack it, you're gonna see oil kind of spilling out, and this is always going to be a messy job right here. So I'm just gonna start slowly turning it, and once, oh, there it is. And it's okay if oil gets on here, it's not a big deal. So just turn it and let the oil spill out. I'll turn it a little more. I'll let all that oil come out first before I pull the filter off. The reason for that is because if you pull the filter out, it's just going to come out and be a big mess. So we'll let that all spill out, and the more you turn it, the more it comes out. There. This is why the oil filter is always messy, so always have some rags with you. We'll let that spill as much as we can, and then we're going to put the new one on. Okay, so I got it off. I just threw it in the oil pan. There it is. You can clean this all up if you want. And we're going to take a little oil and put it on the seal of the new one, and we're going to just replace it. I went ahead and put oil on the new filter on the seal there, and we're just going to go ahead and put her in. Make sure she's on there. And again, you don't want to over tighten this. What I do is I'll do like what they call a decent snug.
But yeah, you don't want to over tighten your oil filter. Otherwise it could be a pain in the ass to get off. Okay, that's probably pretty good there. So once that's on, clean up the mess. We'll clean this all up so that way it's not dripping. Clean up my hand too. Okay, well, the work underneath here is complete. Now it's time to just add oil on the top side. We'll give this an extra, you could use a tool just to give it an extra little snug, because you don't want this leaking. So that's pretty much it on the bottom side. You drain the oil there, replace your filter, clean up the mess, and then we're going to add oil top side. So here we go. Okay, so we're back up on top side here. There's the fill. So we're going to go ahead and throw our, probably should have gotten a little bit of a bigger funnel. And we're going to go ahead and add all 5 quarts to that. So what I'm going to do is I just put all 5 quarts in here. The Ford Transit calls for 6. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put half of this in here. And then I'm going to start the engine up, let it run for a little bit, and then add the rest. And while this is running, you know, make sure there's no leaks down there. So once you let the engine run for a minute, kill it, let it settle for another minute. That's letting all the oil kind of just settle. Pull your dipstick, check your levels. I guarantee it'll be a little, just slightly low. Probably have to add the rest of that quart. Yep, just slightly low. So we'll add the rest of that quart. See what that does. And it is literally on center. Wow, it's almost perfect. All right. Okay, so once you're done doing the actual oil change, what you're gonna want to do is sit in your captain's chair here. I'm gonna go ahead and put the key in the ignition. Don't start it, but turn it on like. Okay. And then what you're gonna want to do is put your foot on accelerator and brake and push both of them down to the floor for a few seconds. And wait. Okay, see what it says there? Service oil reset in progress. I think it's like a timer of some sort. Shut the door, that's annoying. I think it's a timer or something that eventually your service oil light will come on if you don't change your oil in time. Okay, so reset complete. Let me release that, and that's it. So that's how you do an oil change. Pretty simple. While you're underneath the hood, it's a good idea to check all your fluids. I notice my coolant is a little low, so I'm going to go ahead and top that off. Check your brake fluid. Check your power steering fluid, which is this right here. Check your windshield wiper fluid. It's good to check everything. Now, if you want to do like a full tune-up, you can change your spark plugs. You could, you know, there's all sorts of stuff. You could even, I think there's on these, there's even a fuel filter underneath that you can change. I'm at about 110,000 miles, so that should probably get changed soon. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and fill that up, and it's good to do maintenance on your vehicle yourself. You'll save a lot of money. Last time I did an oil change on my van, I actually went to Jiffy Lube and had them do it. I think it was about $100, something like that. So the oil and the filter cost me about $40. So it's just a little less than half. I usually do everything. On the Econoliner, I changed the alternator. I changed the starter went on me. The thermostat went on me. The shackle went on me. That was a pain in the ass. But if you can do it, you can save a lot of money doing maintenance and service on your vehicle yourself. So that's today's video. There's going to be more. My van is now ready to go down to Florida. Hopefully everything works out. Maybe the next video I'll do on the CB radio. But I wanted to get a how-to video for the Ford Transit oil change out there, so here it is. So thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Keep it simple and keep it real. And be safe out there. Later.